Good morning, Ms. Harmon. Welcome to the OC.
Hello, Mr. Hastings. Thank you for seeing me.
Please call me Chip. I trust you had a safe trip down from San Luis Obispo?
While I prefer to say San Luis Obispo, I grew up in Pasadena, you know. I have been told to say San Luis Obispo instead.
I'll make a note of that. San Luis Obispo it is. How was your trip down to the OC?
I don't know how safe it was, but staying at the Surf and Sand Resort in Laguna and shopping at the South Coast Plaza was sure a lot of fun. Talk about Singapore slings. The fact that slow taxpayers picked up the entire tab makes it all the sweeter.
Yes, well, anyway, what can I do for you, Ms. Harmon? Why are you here?
I need some public relations help for my campaign. Some advice on how to deal with an unfortunate Facebook post I made.
Go on.
My Facebook post where I wrote that as we confront racism in the COVID-19 pandemic, we also confront climate change. The three are interconnected, and we do not reach justice until we reach justice on all levels.
Why would you write something like that in the first place? Is that truly what you believe?
I'm not really sure what I believe, you know. It just seemed like I could bundle up these three issues together. Sell them as a package, issues that only progressives care about.
Stop right there. Ms. Harmon. Please keep in mind who you are talking to. I count among my most valued clients, a number of conservative-minded individuals. That includes black people. People who care deeply about all three of these issues. To suggest only the politically progressive care about these matters is worse than wrong. It's an outright lie.
Well, I am right in the middle of a re-election campaign. I need damage control.
If I understand correctly, the California Black Chamber of Commerce is stunned and angry about your Facebook posting where you in effect, make climate change a condition for racial justice in America. My staff and I researched this situation, and it's now clear to us why you posted something so egregiously false. You had a building code ordinance on your San Luis Obispo City Council agenda. The now infamous all-electric homes bill. One that you as mayor, you had a political interest in passing. Your Facebook posting was an attempt to help the ordinance pass.
Well, I don't know. Yes, well, maybe. Is it hot in here? I just want to be re-elected.
Perhaps your focus on re-election in November has shorted out your judgment?
What do you mean?
What I mean is that you have attempted to combine the moral cry for racial justice with a ban on natural gas. Do you see why voters would take issue?
I don't see it as a problem. If my people don't like it, they can eat cake. My first priority is for me to be re-elected, for I am mighty Heidi.
If you don't think your Facebook posting is a concern, then why are you here?
I don't care what people think. I just want to get re-elected.
Well, mighty Heidi, your comments and the probability of you being re-elected are closely related. Your comments were a cheap political trick that betrays your values and sensitivities as the mayor of the city of San Luis Obispo. There was no way the California Black Chamber of Commerce and others would allow it to go unchallenged.
Yes, well.
On top of that, you held this important council meeting at 3 p.m. in a city building which the public was not permitted to attend, because of the pandemic.
Yes, well.
Did you also ever consider the impact of your silly, all-electric ordinance, to African Americans and other racial minorities actually living, or hoping to live in San Luis Obispo? Your ordinance will sharply increase monthly utility bills for local residents. It's going to impact lower-income residents the hardest. Did you ever bother to think about that?
Well, that's not my problem. As the mayor of SLO, my focus is on the bigger picture. Mostly climate change. You know, global warming.
Ms. Harmon. Do you understand that you cannot falsely use, and may I say, abuse, people of color, and the critical issue of racial justice, as tools merely to help your campaign? That might sound odd coming from a political strategist, but even we uphold a basic level of campaign ethics.
I just want to get re-elected. I am mighty Heidi. If I were to lose the coming election, I would no longer be mighty, I would only be Heidi.
What were your goals when you requested this meeting? What did you hope to accomplish?
I just want to get re-elected, you know? I want you to fix my image among blacks.
Interesting. I can't imagine that San Luis Obispo has a large African American population.
It doesn't, it's tiny, but my core block of voters insists that I pander to the black community, particularly to BLM operatives.
A report about you, created by my associate, based on social media intelligence, says that you have been doing everything you can to placate and support the BLM in San Luis Obispo. Otherwise, you have been keeping an extremely low profile for several weeks now. Ever since Miss Tiana Arata and company were arrested. Is that true?
Yes, it is.
Why in the world do you continue to support the BLM, given their violent behavior nationwide? Voters have a right to be angry about that. Why are you otherwise keeping such a low profile? It sounds as if local residents are becoming angered because you're not providing any leadership, during a time when there is growing unrest in the city.
I don't know what else to do. If I wouldn't have had to use the restroom, I would have been out on the highway right next to Tiana. Thank goodness for bowel movements. What should I be doing instead?
Normally I would advise my clients to do just that. Lay low. But this is a special time in history. A time when you and the rest of the city council should be providing leadership for the city. I'm also concerned about the shallowness of your understanding of political ethics and your lack of concern for the city you are supposed to be serving.
So what are you going to do? How are you going to fix this?
Well, Ms. Harmon, my firm's resources are pretty much booked through the end of the year. I have an individual on my call sheet, a Mr. Andrew Pease, I believe, also from San Luis Obispo, and that's what I'm going to tell him as well.
Oh yes, Andy. Well, I guess I'll just head back to Slow. Hey, do you know of any place here in the OC that serves good surf and turf? The city expense account and all.
Good day, Ms. Harmon.